the big fear coming into this election was that if they can't censor things like, we talked about it before, but there was two major forks in the road. The big one was Trump didn't get shot.
Yep.
The other big one was you buy Twitter.
Yeah.
And if those two things don't happen, the whole world looks different.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't want to be on that timeline.
No, we don't want to have only one side represented, because guess what? They will hijack that side, whatever it is. They will hijack that side and use it for money and control. And that's what it's all about. It's not about good people versus bad people. It's a bullshit shell game.
Yeah. I mean, I think these things are actually, it's easy to understand if you look at basic incentives. The basic incentive here is the more illegals that the Democrats can bring in, the more likely they are to win. So that's what they're going to do. That's what they have been doing. And it worked in California. California's supermajority Dem. And look at all the companies that are leaving California.
Yeah.
I mean, In-N-Out just announced they're leaving.
Yep.
Their headquarters leaving California.
They're moving to Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and California made healthcare free for illegals.
Yeah.
As of last year. So, and that obviously that's a gigantic magnet for more illegals. And this is not a thing you can solve simply with money, because what happens is you simply have more patients than a doctor can possibly see, and you can't just, make doctors out of nothing. So sometimes people are like, oh, it's just a money thing. No, it takes a long time for somebody to become a doctor. 30 years, and so what actually happens in California is that there are too many patients for the doctors to see. So then the average citizen in California suffers as a result. Now, the elite in California are fine because they have private doctors. They can just pay for the best doctors. So the elite in California are doing fine, but your average citizen in California is not doing fine. And the tax burden for healthcare for illegals was supposed to be $3 billion. I think they now estimate it's $9 billion. But that number will scale to infinity. Basically, it's like, why not?
Right.
Why not? If you need any operation at all, come to California and have it be free.
Right.
From anywhere on earth.
And the people that want to look at it in the most charitable way, they say, oh, well, these people are hardworking, good people, and they're the backbone of our city, and they should have access to all the things that we have access to. And I just don't think they understand that it's a political pawn. I don't think they understand.
It's a political game.
This is not done for compassion and kindness.
No.
This is just done to ensure that it stays blue.
Correct.
Yeah, and it's essentially a bribery with your tax dollars.
Yes, this is why the Dems will not even deport criminals.
Yeah.
Because every criminal deported is a lost vote. So even if somebody is an illegal with a criminal record and commits crime in America, they are still were not being deported.
And then on top of that, California made it actually illegal to ask for ID when people vote.
Yes. California and New York, you are not allowed to show your ID when you vote. I just want to be clear so everyone understands this. In California and New York, you are not allowed to show your ID even if you want to.
Right. Why would that ever be a good idea?
I mean,
if you wanted to steel man it.
If you're trying to facilitate fraud in elections, it's a great idea.
That's the only reason.
Yes.
There's no other reason logically why that would be a good idea.
It's for fraud. It's like wake up, sheeple. Wake up. Hello. Like, let's say you wanted to commit fraud. What are the things you would do?
Yeah,
you would say you don't need ID, and you can mail in your ballot.
And we'll give you free health care.
Yes.
Stay here.
Yes.
Stay here. I know it's on fire, but stay here.
I mean, in this case, it being on fire is not just a metaphor in California. Okay. It's just like, goddamn, entire neighborhoods burning down.
It's just once they allowed people to vote that are not legal in California, if you're going to do that, it's over.
Exactly. There's no coming back from that.
The numbers are just people are so indoctrinated too. There's so many people that no matter what, they think voting Republican means you're an asshole.
Yes.
And they won't do it. They
Yeah.
won't do it. They'll put their fucking rainbow flag on their porch and they'll just ride it right into the beach.
Civilizational suicide.
Yeah, right to the rocks. Bang,
Yeah.
crash the boat.
I mean, there's a guy who posts on X who's great, Godsad.
Yeah, it's a friend
you
of
know.
mine.
Oh,
He's been
he's
on
great.
the podcast a bunch of times.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
And he talks about, basically suicidal empathy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if there's so much empathy that you actually suicide yourself.
Yeah.
So that we've got civilizational suicidal empathy going on. And it's like, I believe in empathy. Like, I think you should care about other people, but you need to have empathy for civilization as a whole and not commit to a civilizational suicide.
Also, don't let someone use your empathy against you so they can completely control your state
Yes.
and then do an insanely bad job of managing it and never get removed.
The fundamental weakness of Western civilization is empathy. The empathy exploit. They're exploiting a bug in Western civilization, which is the empathy response. So, and I think empathy is good, but you need to think it through and not just be programmed like a robot.
Right. Understand when empathy has been actually used as a tool.
Yes, like it's weaponized empathy.
Yeah.
Is the issue.
Yeah.
Weaponized empathy, and yeah.
And it's also the rigid adherence to that liberal ideology. Like, you can't switch sides over there. Like California, if you're a part of that whole tech, Hollywood, entertainment, any of those circles, you're on the left.
Yeah.
Like, almost wholly. Almost
It's-
completely.
It's borderline illegal to be a Republican in California. I mean, in San Francisco or LA, it's borderline illegal to be a Republican.
You're certainly shunned.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
in like San Francisco, you could shoot heroin while taking a dump on the mayor's car in front of City Hall, okay, and that and nothing would happen to you. But if you walk down the street with a MAGA hat, you're gonna get attacked.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's insane. What's also so Orwellian that a hat that says "Make America Great Again"
Yeah.
would cause people to have a violent reaction. Like, aren't you American? Wouldn't just as a whole, like the saying, wouldn't that be a good thing for everyone? Make America Great Again. But
Yes.
because it's attached to Donald Trump and that red hat, you'll get maced for wearing that red hat. They will make America worse by beating you. So it's like it's an evil thing they're doing, a violent assault in America because you want to make America great again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a scene in a book. It doesn't seem like it could be that ridiculous. Like, remember
Yes.
when All Lives Matter would get you fired?
Which is insane.
Insane. People got
Insane.
fired because they
Yes.
said all lives matter.
Which is a very reasonable thing to say.
How reasonable is that?
Yes.
That's essentially saying everybody matters. But
That's literally
not,
all you're saying.
that's not what you were supposed to say. You had to say Black Lives Matter, which of course they do if you say all lives matter. Everybody matters.
Yes.
But the idea of being a colorblind society was completely abandoned somewhere around 2012-ish.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, I sort of can trace it to when did the gun emoji get nerfed? When did it turn into a squirt gun?
That was a couple of years ago.
That was like 2016, I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it became a squirt gun.
That's-
Can you bring it
that's
back
when
to
you know-
X?
Yeah, no. Right now, if you use a gun emoji on X, the Apple will insist that it be a squirt gun, and then the X app turns it back into a 1911.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So you can actually have a 1911 gun. We reverted the Apple change inside the app.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That thing's so offensive. The
Yeah.
gun and then the pregnant man. Both of those got me. Like, you motherfuckers.
I mean, I like that meme where it's like the people telling you that what you're hearing is disinformation are the same people that did the pregnant man emoji.
Yes. Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah. Well, also the same people that
It's like-
say a woman attacked a Tesla factory.
Yeah.
The woman.
It's a dude.
It's a dude, like really obvious dude, really big
like a mentally
looking-
ill dude.
Yeah, mentally ill dude with a wig on. Say that.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Yes.
NBC, even Fox.
I mean, you're looking at
I
the
think even
picture
Fox
and you're
called
like,
it a woman.
"Yo, this is this is a dude with a strong jawline."
Yeah,
Okay.
he's wearing woman face.
This is a buff. It's a buff dude.
Yeah, it's a buff dude wearing woman face. Like,
I mean, come on.
That's not a woman.
Yeah.
And-
And they're like saying, "Watch out for disinformation." I'm like, "What are you talking about?
It's so crazy.
This is bullshit."
I mean, it's just more evidence of the virus, though, right? Like it
Yeah.
killed objectivity, killed reality, and it demanded strict adherence, or you were attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any questioning of it would result in being ostracized.
Do you like what kind of responsibility do you feel like knowing that if you didn't take over Twitter and turn it into X, if that didn't happen, like I really think the world's a very different place right now. Like, how long
Yes.
have you owned it for?
A couple of years, basically.
Imagine a couple years of it being run the way it was run before, and probably accelerating.
I mean, my account would have been suspended long ago. For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for the disinformation.
Yeah. It would have been
Trump would have never come back. Alex Jones would have definitely never been back.
definitely not.
No.
So, yeah.
Does that weigh on you? Like, I would feel like that would be a fucking heavy responsibility.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to keep civilization going here, for longer.